Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Seamus MacFeeley Show. I'm Seamus MacFeeley. We've got a great show lined up for you tonight with a special guest, my personal friend, who needs no introduction. But let me say a few words about him anyway. Well, he has been in show business ever since I can remember. He's well over 4 feet tall. He has the world's most extensive Spike Jones album collection in history. Well, besides Wayne Hawk in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, he has fan clubs that number up to 57,000 adoring members. But most of them live in Latvia, and no one knows where that is. He's appeared in some of the biggest blockbuster movies ever made, including Revenge of the Creature and Paint Your Wagon with that great song, Hand Me Down That Can of Beans. I love that song. But enough chit-chat. You know who he is, don't you? Clint Eastwood. Yes, we're going to go to a live remote with Clint Eastwood, and may I say a very costly live remote, on his new movie, Snoopy the Unforgiven, based on that ever-popular, lovable dog from Charles Schultz, and the whole Snoopy cast with Charlie Brown and Linus and Pigpen and everybody. But Snoopy is the main character in his new movie, Snoopy the Unforgiven. Now, without further ado, let's go to our live remote with Clint Eastwood. Hello, Clint? Mr. Eastwood. Mr. Eastwood, this is Seamus MacFeeley of the Seamus MacFeeley Show. Are you there, Mr. Eastwood? Oh, thank you for joining me. Let's see. Mr. Eastwood, why did you decide to direct Snoopy the Unforgiven and also star in the title role of Snoopy? What does Snoopy have that interested you in the part?
Really has great demons in his past and great things to deal with. These demons that he has to live with are very important because it shows he has a conscience. There's usually not much conscience shown in some westerns. The hero is usually a fellow who's free of any kind of regrets about his past.
But what really attracted you to it?
The thing that attracted me, I think, was that there was no real heroes.
Mr. Eastwood, do you feel a certain pressure portraying the most lovable dog in history? Everybody loves Snoopy. He's just a lovable dog.
So very much unlike me in a lot of ways, and yet he's very much like me in other ways. He is unlike me in the sense that he is a guy who goes off and with not a lot of responsibility towards the financiers of the film. But at the same token, he's like me. I like his feelings about taking broad steps and not being afraid to tackle new projects.
Oh, Mr. Eastwood, may I call you Clint? Right. Mr. Eastwood, I know this is a touchy subject and all, but my fans really have to know the answer. Mr. Eastwood, is it true that you only have one testicle?
Everyone has their flaws.
It's in the eyes of the beholder, so I'm satisfied with it, but it's a question of the audiences now. If it's something that audiences want to see and enjoy.
Oh, Mr. Eastwood, borrowing from Barbara what's-her-name as far as interviews are, if you could be a tree, what type of tree would you want to be?
And
Mr. Eastwood, another touchy subject. What helped you through with that horrendous breakup with that beautiful, sexy, beautiful Sandra Locke that some people think an albino possum? I really don't see what she... she is beautiful. And what helped you through the crisis with her?
Working a lot, I always have, and I guess if I didn't, I would have retired some time ago. And but I really like it. And I like time off, too. I took a couple of years off to become mayor of a community that I was involved with. But at the same token, I was glad to get back to work when that job was over with. So I'm Yeah, I'm a laid-back workaholic.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Eastwood. We're just about out of time, and there's a few more things that I'd like to ask. I'm going to say a word or word name or something like that, and you tell me the first thing that comes into your mind. Okay? All right, here we go. Spike Jones.
He's a real dichotomy.
Victor Mature.
Very disciplined actor.
Bud Hawk.
Very much of a rebel.
Sandra Luck.
I was glad to get back to work when that job was over with.
Francis the Talking Mule.
Very disciplined actor.
Linda Blair. Rita Hawk. A potato. Catherine Hepburn. Cary Grant. Does the bride come with potatoes? Oh, Mr. Eastwood, that's all the time we have. Well, shut up! Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking to my personal friend, Clint Eastwood. Thought I forgot his name, didn't you? But join me tomorrow night when another one of my personal friends, Richard Gere, will be here, and he'll tell us all about gerbils. Oh, won't that be fun? And the week after, we'll have another one of my personal friends, I.E. Cody, and he will tell us all about going to cat houses with W.C. Fields. Oh, won't that be a rip? So, until then, this is Seamus MacFeeley saying, don't leave your cake out in the rain. Good night. Are we off yet? Good. Oh, boy, that Clint Eastwood's a boring son of a bitch.